Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Wednesday. If you're hearing that loud hum in the background, I've gotten some people texting me, what's that noise? That is a twin-engine prop plane that they're doing some mechanical test work on, and it's sitting on the tarmac right outside the radio station. And, that's part of the trials and tribulations of being in an airport when you have a radio station, is sometimes you can hear the airplanes. Hey, about, the late 60s, early 70s, the top tourist destination, or one of the top tourist destinations in the country, was right here. Silver Springs and Ocala. Marion County was one of the biggest tourism spots in Florida. Now, this was before Disney World, before Universal, before iDrive in Orlando became world famous. You had the glass-bottom boat rides at Silver Springs. You had shootouts in six-gun territory. I mean, it was really, really a tourist destination. See, Silver Springs was a big deal. But by 1978, tourism began to shrink because people passed Ocala en route to go into Orlando. Disney had taken hold. Within a few years, 5 years, Epcot would be built and opened. Universal would come in the late 80s. Hollywood Studios would come in the late 80s, early 90s. So the shift towards tourism shifted away from Marion County down to the Orlando area. Now, Silver Springs, I know, stayed open until 2013. And yes, ABC television opened Wild Waters near the front entrance of Silver Springs late in the 70s. But remember, by 84, ABC had sold its interest. Six-gun territory shut its doors. So it was just Silver Springs holding it up. Well, then it closed in 2013. Now it's a state park. I mean, these are areas where they filmed Tarzan movies. Ross Allen, who was world famous. There were Jeep rides that you could take through the backwoods. Well, all that's is history. Now we're in 2022. And guess what is being revived? That's right, the tourist industry in Marion County. Marion County has now become a tourist destination. I mean, the World Equestrian Center has a lot to do with that. The Florida Aquatic Swimming and Training, FAST for short, both of those are located off Southwest 80th Avenue. Those two venues are considered among the best of their kind in the nation. Experts say it'll drive tourism into Marion County like hasn't been seen in 4 decades. The latest tourism venue that will come on board is Florida's FAST, the $38 million state-of-the-art natatorium. We talked with Robert Colin about that natatorium out near on top of the world. It's already piquing interest. Professional swimmers want to come here. There's a large local swimming community. It's going to be within the Calessa Township development near on top of the world. It's going to host national, state, and local swim meets beginning 2022. Now, it opens a little more than a year after the World Equestrian Center opened, and y'all know how big that complex is. Or, we're talking about WEC, as it's called. It already brings thousands and thousands of people to the area. Kevin Shealy, the president and CEO of the Ocala Metro Chamber and Economic Partnership, says this is the first time in 50 years that tourism is a significant driver of local economy. Shealy said both WEC and FAST have and will bring tourists, and lots of them, to Marion County. And that's not even talking about how many people come to play in the Babe Ruth tournaments that are held at the Rotary Complex. The Babe Ruth World Series was held. One of the age groups of the World Series was held at the Rotary Complex. That doesn't even begin to talk about ecotourism with our lakes and rivers and people who come to scuba dive in our area and paddleboard and kayak. People who come to our area to take in our springs and our river basin. We're just talking about just the tourism driven by FAST and WEC. The momentum of Ocala is off the charts because it's evolving into a sports destination, outdoor sports destination. It really is. I have friends of mine in Atlanta that are chomping at the bit to come to Silver Springs if and when they ever make it where you can come scuba dive the springs. They're search and rescue, friends of mine that are search and rescue scuba divers up in the DeKalb County Sheriff's Office, the Cherokee County Sheriff's Office, and the Cobb County Sheriff's Office that are just, I talked to my buddy Brady the other day. He is chomping at the bit to bring his search and rescue teams down here to scuba dive Silver Springs. Ready to go. Said they'd pay $750,000 for a weekend package per person if they could come scuba dive the springs. There's a lot of outdoor sports activities, tourism-wise, that Ocala is starting to become well known for. Good morning. You're on Ocala Talks.
Yeah, good morning, Tom. Say, with Silver Springs, I wish they would bring back the concert series, because I went to so many concerts there on the weekends and seen so many big name performers, including Mickey Rooney, and the list is just endless. But you get 10, 15, 20,000 people in there, but it's all history now. It's just there's nothing there.
I saw Eddie Money there. I saw Willie Nelson. I saw Glenn Campbell. I saw Styx.
Right.
Glenn Campbell's last tour, as he was being as Alzheimer was taking him from us. His last tour, he come through Ocala and went to Silver Springs.
Right, I seen that concert, and I seen so many of them for so many years, and it's a shame that they stopped it just because it's a state park. Why can't we still have concerts there? Well,
that's something we'd have to ask the State Park Service, Hugh. It's a very good question. But
yeah, and don't forget there was a zoo there too at Silver Springs. They had that draft, and they had the bears and stuff.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
It was always.
And
yeah,
you bought the season's pass, got you into the concerts.
Right. And even if you didn't, it was the prices were ridiculously reasonable, and it was always a great time. I'm telling you, I really look forward to it, and it's a shame that that's a big part of Silver Springs in this area that it's past. Let's hope it can come back.
I would love for maybe go to the state and see if you could rent that venue, the Plantation venue, and just throw concerts. It'd be great. Right.
But anyways, it's gone now, and I guess the horses and everything else out west in the western part of the city or state is going to be the next big thing.
Well, yeah, that seems to be what's happening, Hugh. Thanks for the call. But remember, Marion County includes mountain biking venue, the Santos Trailhead in Marjorie Harris Carr Cross Florida Greenway, and it's thousands of miles of trails. There's numerous springs for diving and swimming. It's not just WEC and FAST. They just are the two premier venues, national venues. But, we have the mountain biking. We got the Marjorie Harris Carr Cross Florida Greenway, thousands and thousands of miles of trails, springs everywhere. There's a lot for outdoor sports. Rotary Complex, Big Sun for soccer. There's a lot. The Florida Horse Park for polo. There's a lot that is recreation-based and sports-based that Ocala is becoming known for. We're going to take a break, come back with an interview on the other side. You're listening to Ocala Talks on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Think you know Dex Imaging? Think again. In the office, streamlining communications. In the field, delivering top-notch service, enhancing productivity, and reducing downtime. In the data center, a part of the growing digital document revolution. In the world of business, supporting entrepreneurs and helping companies grow. In the forefront of technology, developing cutting-edge document management solutions. So if you think you know Dex Imaging, you don't know Dex.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and